A Leader's Role in Enhancing Diversity and Understanding by Joshua Lewis, the American College of Education. Globalization and the increasingly complex and turbulent world due to political and legal changes, high market volatility, and global financial crises threaten any organization's survival. To be sustainable, firms need to develop organizational maintenance. Dutch puts it this way: diversity plays an important role in the development of resilience in organizations. And leaders play a key role in enhancing diversity for their survival and their success. Leaders do this by listening from the ground up. They need to acknowledge all those that are heard and need to have ongoing diversity and inclusive practices and diversity training. They need to educate and empower their leadership team by being proactive in diversity and inclusion initiatives, leading by example. Again, being proactive. And finally, communication is the key. You cannot over communicate the importance of diversity and inclusion as a leader. A leader's role in understanding the culture of an organization is embodying the change we want to see. We have a responsibility as leaders to demonstrate diversity and reinforce behaviors that reflect those values. We can ask questions like, what messages are our actions sending? Secondly, we recognize that a culture exists. Culture is values and goals and ethics and expectations that govern and influence employee behaviors. Next, we have a thirst for continuous improvement. And by doing this, we are impartial observers, realizing that we can learn something from everyone and knowing that as leaders, we need to have an in-depth understanding of every individual, understanding how they interact with each other, looking at the engagement, their moods, if they smile when we walk by, and looking even at things that are on their desk and the artifacts on their desk. And what does that say about the culture in our workplace? Finally, we can do this, and our role is made to understand that culture by doing culture walks, interviews with people, and using that information to develop surveys so we can further understand. So it's an ongoing thing. We ensure that all voices and perspectives are included and encouraged by participative leadership. And this is championing the voices of others, being an advocate for all voices to be heard. Saying things like, I'd like to hear the other perspectives, and all the voices are heard and decisions being made. Having a safe environment, and this happens by starting up the meeting off with a mindset that you want to hear as many different types of ideas as possible. Having these protocols in place. Being an upstander means standing up for those that are quieter. Sometimes technology can be effective. Having smaller meetings and communicating ahead of time, sending out the agenda ahead of time, letting others know that you want to encourage their thoughts, asking open-ended questions. Next, having a welcome and supportive environment. And this happens by treating everyone with respect, respecting different opinions, seeing everyone as vital to develop trust and teamwork, practicing active listening. And this is a way of effective communication by being an active listener. Incorporating diverse voices, encouraging the sharing of thoughts, encouraging collaboration, making sure the new people don't feel left out, facilitating a team atmosphere, making sure everybody understands that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And lastly, clear expectations, making sure the handbooks are up to date, employee handbooks are up to date, procedures are up to date, there's opportunities for growth, and there's regular and specific feedback. These are the references for this presentation.